some thoughts I had while watching this Shiey video. So I've been watching this channel called Shiey, a couple videos like this train surfing across Serbia basically. And yeah, I liked the vibe of what he was doing, and I had some thoughts on this. I especially like this second part where he goes to a building, to some kind of building in, how's it called? Serbia, Belgrado, in Belgrade. Yeah, it's the Genex building, I think it's called. Yeah, he visits these buildings. Basically, these are like these kind of Soviet-looking buildings, but he also visits quite an emblematic one. This one, the Genex Tower, and yeah, I like that part because I like this tower especially. But in general, these kind of buildings, and yeah, that's why it drew me to the videos. And then he also train surfs, and that made me think of that this way that he hops on trains and climbs up buildings without like really, without being allowed in the buildings or something like that is very chill and very straightforward. And yeah, I like that. And it feels like he's kind of hacking the universe, right? He's doing the unknown, what you cannot do, right? He's kind of unlocked some other ways, right? I don't think it's necessarily like a good example, but I think it's showing kind of an example that it is possible. It is something you can do, right? You can hack the rules. You can be outside the system. And I like these vibes, right? It's like this very chill. We're in a train container. We're kind of surfing. It's like this shouldn't be allowed, right? This is some GTA 5 shit where you like press the X button on your controller. You press here, bloop, and you jump. But it doesn't feel like you can actually jump like that onto a real train, right? And yeah, then he stands on some kind of container with iron ore. Yeah, just like that, and goes from a city in Serbia to another different one. And I like that. Well, I didn't. Yeah, this is what I meant. I was showing this. This is some kind of shit that you do only in in videos, right? This kind of surfing or something like that. And yeah, I had some concerns as well. I was like, okay, but society actually does exist because of something, right? And I was thinking, okay, the concerns are probably mainly safety, right? These are like the most thoughtful, well, not the most thoughtful, but maybe like the most justifiable concerns that one has when seeing this, right? Because, for example, in the train, if there is an accident when he's like in these parts, or when he's in here and there's an accident, if the train derails or something like that, like he's automatically dead, right? Because there's no way he's getting out alive from there. It's like he would die an useless death, or something like that, right? Because it's kind of, this is not in any way prepared for him to be there, right? Because if a train derails, a regular one, I guess it would be kind of different, right? There would be like some safety procedure or something like that, or the glass in the cabin, you can break it and you can get out easier or something. I don't know, but it's kind of, there are these measures, kind of, that make the eventual death, if it happened, kind of less weird, right? Or maybe, for example, when he's in the station, yeah, he's right there. They are always trying to, obviously, not to not get caught, and they notice where all the workers are and something like that, right? So maybe if they get caught, they could get like fined, right? So maybe if they have zero money, it doesn't matter. But if they have some money, it suddenly does matter when they take your money out. And then another thought I had was, in these buildings, you could get in trouble, right? Because if you don't speak the language, if you don't speak Serbian, and you get caught like right there at the top in the terrace or the rooftop, if you get caught in the rooftop and there's security that doesn't speak your language, and you don't speak theirs, it's like it could lead to some kind of potentially dangerous situation where they don't trust you and they are like overly aggressive with you because of they don't understand you or anything, right? And they don't know your intentions, right? You cannot explain. And in general, yeah, running into security or something like that. And then also from this general environment, it's like right now it's daytime, so it's like maybe less sus to be there. But for example, this train they caught it at day, but they were spending all the night also roaming around these places. And yeah, basically if they are trying to avoid the law and everything like that, you get also the disadvantages of hanging out with other outlaws who maybe are running from the law because of other reasons, right? Yeah, and if you get robbed, for example, they are carrying cameras, they are recording all this. If someone steals their cameras, they're done for, right? It's like shit's over. He has another video where he explains his thought process. It's this one, and yeah, basically, he kind of runs through his thought process of while he's doing something, like what he thinks about is he's going like why he does it and why he thinks it, what he thinks he's going to do next. And yeah, it's interesting. I liked it. Let's see if it.
Escaping a dynamic environment and entering an unknown static environment is interesting. All expectations are brought from the environment you've experienced, meaning they do not comply with this one.
Yeah, and basically he's always looking at his environment because every person, because of what he says of a dynamic environment, every person that's in the road, for example, could be some kind of threat. Yeah, for example, this rider in a car, he could call the police or something like that and get him in danger or anything like that. And it's only when he surpasses some kind of level where he's more or less hidden that he's kind of achieved this static environment or something like that. And yeah, that kind of vibed with what I wanted, right? It was, well, with what I wanted, no, with what I thought of his video, of his other videos, train surfing. It's like he's kind of hacking these norms, or yeah, he's kind of dynamizing the world, right? He's making the static dynamic, and indeed in these parts, it's that those are where the tension is, and then he gets back to another routine, and he has another part of the video where he explains routine. And he says basically, yeah, you all people have your routines. I have my routines, only that they look more dangerous to you than they are. And yeah, my point is that the things I talked about before, like the train stuff or the building stuff, those are kind of riskier type of shit, right? Or for example, this climbing stuff in this manner, that is even riskier, right? So yeah, basically regular routines have risk as well, but these ones have a bit more risk, right? Yeah, and I think this is basically all I wanted to say. Leave a comment if you have something else to say back. Well, if you have something interesting to say back, because for example, this motherfucker Josemi doesn't even watch my video and he comments some bullshit. Like, this dude, I made a video in Spanish. I think 2 videos ago was a video in Spanish. This dude tells me I'm saying dumb shit, and he's fucking playing GTA Online. Like, bro, shut the fuck up, right? So if you're going to comment stupid shit like Josemi, maybe don't even bother. But if you have something that is not stupid that you want to say, please feel free to share it. And yeah, if you want to hear someone that is not stupid saying stuff, you're gonna check my 100 videos playlist here. I actually take back the not stupid, but at least it has some kind of thought behind it, right? It's not fucking just being retarded on main. It's being cringe on main, but at least with some thought, right? So yeah, feel free to check the 100 videos playlist here, and yeah,